What's up, graphic designers? Today we're going to be applying the color range selection method to create this kind of visual where we're isolating a color and desaturating everything else. And one of the things I really like about this image, and one of the reasons I selected, is because we can see everybody's face really clearly. And we've got lots of examples of this green contrasting so nicely with the desaturated background. I also really like how surprised Vaughn is that Brandon got a rebound. He's going back up with it. Shout out to Lindina for providing him the support that he needs to make that layup. All right, so how exactly are we going to do this? I'm going to give you guys a quick example of how this works. The first thing that we're going to do is press Command J. We're going to press Command J, Command J. Beautiful. So we got 1 copy, 2 copies. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to click Select. And actually, I lied because I'm going to zoom in just a tad because I want to make sure that in this case, we get all that red. I'm going to click Select. And then we're going to do a color range. And then I know I'm going to click once. And then I'm holding Shift. And I'm getting all the red from Sophie's ensemble. We got his shirt. We got the dark red of Nick's sweatshirt. This looks cool. And let's see. I'm keeping my eyeballs in that preview menu. All right, I'm going to press OK. So check this out, ladies and gentlemen. That looks pretty good. So here's what's going to happen now. We're going to apply a layer mask. And then visually nothing changes like in the canvas, right? But when we go down a layer, we press Command Shift U and we desaturate. Okay, this makes sense. And I'm going to desaturate. I'm sorry. Press Command Shift U to desaturate and then apply levels. So we want the lights to be light, darks to be dark, and I'm adjusting the midtones, right? So we're going to think the grays. This is way too dark. This is too light. So we want it to be about right there. This looks cool. And so here is what I know now. I know that we've got some red in Johan's shirt, and then we've got some red here and there scattered around. What we're going to do is we're going to switch back to the layer mask. I'm going to press B for brush, and I'm going to press X to swap black to the foreground. And now I'm just going to erase this, and we're going to erase these other elements because we don't really need that. And I don't think we want that hoop either. All right. Last but not least, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hold Option, and then I'm going to click on the layer mask. And now when I zoom in, I can see that not all the red was selected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press X again. So white is in the foreground. And so now I'm going to make sure that I get all of this. And I'm actually going to press Option again, right? Okay, beautiful. And I'm going to paint right over this. I'm painting white right on the layer mask. Oh, and this looks much, much better. And I think that maybe, so she's got red paint on. I'm going to actually temporarily get rid of it because it's kind of hard. It doesn't look, I don't know, the effect is kind of weird. So you'll notice that some of his sometimes complexion or other elements might be included just because it's similar to a shade of whatever we're selecting, so we can isolate it so it looks just like this. We're highlighting just the red in the shirt. And then, why not? I'm going to grab this as well. And this looks, I'm not mad about this. This looks good. I'm going to hold Option one more time. And I'm going to get this red, and so on and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, when you're done, and so what we're going to do is maybe, I'm going to get rid of all these elements right here. All right. Oh, actually, I lied. Yeah, no, we're going to get rid of this too. This looks much, much better. Okay, and sometimes it's hard to see unless you hold Option and then you click the layer mask. All right, so I'm going to do something that looks a little bit like this. And now when we're done, what we're going to do is we're going to find a very fun font. Actually, maybe before we find a fun font, you're going to shout Droz. You're going to say approval needed. I'm going to come over. And what I'm going to encourage you to do is think about how to crop it, right? Because right now there's all this space at the bottom of the image. We don't want to include that. So what we're going to do is we're going to isolate it so that these guys are the heroes, these guys are the stars. And this looks, I'm not mad about this. I'm gonna press Command 0, okay. And now, if we were so inclined, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna create a new layer above. I'm gonna use the eyedropper tool, and I'm gonna select that level of white. I'm gonna press B for brush. I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna increase the size, and then maybe I'll just get rid of some of these ugly pipes. We don't need the exit side. We don't need these conduits. What we're going to do now is have space. We don't need that vent. This side, what we can do now is we got a lot of space for text. So what you can do is you press the letter I for the eyedropper tool. I'm going to extract that red. I'm going to press T for text. And we're going to write Lab, love. You love lab, I love lab. Who doesn't love lab? Ooh, okay, so check this out. Now, once we've got something that looks a little bit like this, I always like to do like a little overlap. This is the last thing that we're gonna do today. And we're gonna talk a lot about this over the course of the semester. Oh, you know what, guys? You really have to zoom in too. Like a lot of this is like the little details. So we want to eliminate and mask out this. Okay, that looks much better. You're gonna give it a once over before you come here. And what I'm gonna do now is, while I'm on this layer, it doesn't even matter. Maybe this layer. What I'm gonna do is use the object selection, and I'm gonna grab his arm, and I'm gonna grab some more of his arm. Okay, beautiful. Check this out. And now what we can do is I'm gonna press Command C, Command V, and I'm gonna drag it on. I'm gonna drag this. Hopefully it works on top. Okay, that looks cool. And so now we could sort of shift this around if we were so inclined. And we got a little bit of overlap. That looks good, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna try to do, I don't know, 2 or 3 different examples of the color range selection on sports day photos with a slogan of your choice. Let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.